Hi, I'm Dexter Valles of Valma International, and I'm here to talk to you about emotional intelligence or EQ and about the aspect of engaging EQ energy to manage highly energized, emotionally effective teams. First, we need to understand emotions. What are emotions? Well, they are brain chemicals. For example, the popular four are serotonin, dopamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, where adrenaline and cortisol are the ones that put you on high alert and manage stress. It takes just 6 seconds to avoid being hijacked by your emotions or not being hijacked by them. Well, these brain chemicals, they actually create unconscious patterns or pathways of thinking with attached feelings. And when you practice emotional intelligence in any which way, or even not emotional intelligence, you create these pathways because these chemicals support the pathways and they get hardwired. These hardwired or neural pathways influence our habits, our behavior, our choices, and our decisions, and how we relate to others because of them. And therefore, these relationships that we create impact the results that we get. So, if you take a look, all the key emotions, right from joy to fear, anger, sadness, acceptance, anticipation, disgust, and surprise, all have positive purposes. We sometimes tend to call some of them negative emotions and positive emotions, but it's really what you do with them. So what's EQ? What is emotional quotient, or what is emotional intelligence, and why should we have it and practice it? Well, on an everyday basis, everyday EQ is nothing but simple, everyday choices, decisions, and practices in order to intersect and integrate our lives and hopes and dreams with those of the people we work with and live with. Well, that makes a lot of sense. So how do we navigate to EQ? So when our emotions are allowed to be intelligent, well, they help us recognize who we are, what we like, don't like, and what we want and need. How do we communicate mindfully, clearly, effectively, make decisions based on this, get motivated to take action and meet the goals that we have, understand and empathize with others, and build powerful relationships that are strong, healthy, and rewarding. We are faced with three important questions as put forward by 6 Seconds, the world leaders in applied EQ based in California, USA. And these three questions are: what am I feeling? What options do I have? And what do I truly want? The three pursuits that accompany these questions are K, know yourself, C, choose yourself, and G, give yourself. Remember, the word that is being used is yourself, not other people, right? So it's an inside-outside process. It's about looking inside to understand what we can do with what we are feeling on the inside so we can demonstrate something more powerful and useful on the outside. Which is first about knowing yourself, being a little more emotionally literate, being able to name your feelings and understand the patterns. It's not just how you feel, but when you feel, with whom you feel, and how often you do this. This allows you to make better choices, where we look at 4 competences, which is about consequential thinking, about thinking before you act, pressing the pause button, navigating through the traffic of emotions, managing motivation and optimism so you can keep the fire burning and keep pushing forward. Because we really need to connect with others, and when we're talking about give yourself, it's all about what do you want to contribute before you want to take. So empathy between you and specific others, and pursuing noble goals, which is the larger canvas of life you want to paint, in order to deliver a certain level of emotional competence on an everyday basis. Because emotional competence allows emotional balance and adds power to the relationship, because it's a relationship which is based on a lot of understanding, listening, and managing the ups and downs of that relationships. Did you know that our values drive our emotions? Well, yes, they do. What we believe is valuable to us are our values. And these values are something we have learned and practiced from the time we were children. Our elders and other senior people helped us in this process. And somewhere along the way, some of these values, which are all wonderful and shining, may have shifted. Not because we've given up on them, but because our circumstances and experiences allow us to dip into this deep reservoir of values and bring them to the surface to practice them so that we can get a better life and better results, better relationships. But when, therefore, we use these values to answer these three questions and ask ourselves, what values am I feeling? What values am I bringing to the table? What options do I create with the values I'm practicing? And what do I truly want others to see in me? And how would I like to take these values forward? That will allow you to navigate your EQ journey. Not bulldoze your way, but navigate your way through the EQ traffic of life. Well then, wish you all the very best on this navigation. And I'm going to be a partner in your journey, and we're going to talk a little more about this.
Hey, I hope you liked that little snippet on emotional intelligence. There's so much more to say about it, and I hope that in the coming episodes we can talk a little more about emotional intelligence, the 6 seconds USA KCG model, that is know yourself, choose yourself, give yourself, and how we can use this model and its 8 competences to help us manage the relationships that we wish that we can have to drive the results we want, because it's people who matter in our lives and people who help us get where we want to go, just as we need to help them. Emotional intelligence is all about managing a network of wonderful relationships that are able to help the process and manage the process of getting to where we all want to get to. When you look at the final give yourself competences, they are really powerful. It's about managing empathy on a one-to-one basis and pursuing noble goals on a one-to-many, where it's about the canvas that we want to paint on, and within the canvas, how we define the colors that we have in the relationships we manage. So till next time, bye-bye. This is Dexter Valles, wishing you all a wonderful day and an emotionally intelligent life with wonderful relationships that drive fantastic results. Thank you. Bye-bye.